These hands have carried more weight than words can name. In the dark of the factory, I first heard my own shame. I clock in at midnight, the grease deep in my skin. My father worked this same floor, broken and thin. The conveyor belt rose like the years of my life. I swallowed the silence and gripped tight the knife of hunger, of longing, of wanting to be more than a number, more than what they see. She drew me in crayons beside a bright blue lake. I keep it inside my boot, folded for her sake. Every drop of sweat runs down like a river. Every rusted boat inside me starts to shiver. Is this fire surviving, or just a dying ember? Machine tears fall on factory floors, crying through the grind and reaching for more. These metal walls can't cage what lives inside. This industrial grip will never kill my pride. I am more than the rust, more than the steel. I am the beating heart the engine cannot steal. Machine tears cold on my face, but they're mine, they're real. They're my saving grace. The foreman never asked if you slept last night, if the grief in your chest made it hard to fight. They told me all my years, son, just be glad you got a job, you got bread. Still felt sad. I swallowed a lifetime of almost enough until the day she asked me, Daddy, is this love? I looked in my hands, scarred, trembling and raw, and answered yes, baby. Every callus you saw, every breaking shift shakes the floor beneath me. Every sacrifice I made becomes a deep sea. Am I losing ground, or am I finally becoming free? Machine tears fall on factory floors, crying through the grind and reaching for more. These metal walls can't cage what lives inside. This industrial grip will never kill my pride. I am more than the rust, more than the steel. I am the beating heart the engine cannot steal. Machine tears cold on my face, but they're mine, they're real. They're my saving grace. I don't need marble halls or a golden throne. I just need to bring my spirit safely home, through smoke, through sparks, through every grinding day. Love is the only fuel that will not fade away. Machine tears all on factory floors, crying through the grind, claiming what is ours. No metal walking cages, open soul. This industrial fire is making me whole. I am more than the rust, but I'm more than steel. I am the force that no engine can conceal. Machine tears warm on my face. I am standing now, I have found my place. Still breathing, still human, still unbroken. I've been dreaming of escape since I was 17. Some dreams are built on iron, some on what could have been. You told me love was a furnace, kept me warm inside. But furnaces burn out and leave nothing but pride. I carry your memory under this hard hat and grime. Your name in the steam, rising slow through overtime. I work double shifts just to feel something real. The rhythm of the hammer is the only thing I feel. You left when the season changed and the city went cold. Now I pour molten steel, trying to pour out my soul. But iron bends when the heat is right, and I'm still bending every single night, searching for the shape of us in the half-light. Iron dreams, you left me with iron dreams. Hard as the factory floor, real as the rust it seems. I close my eyes and still feel your hand in mine. Iron dreams don't break, they just run out of time. I'm singing this to the grind, to the smoke in the grain. Iron dreams are all I have of you that stay. Melt me down, rebuild me in your image once more. Iron dreams, open this door. The city moves but this old building stands still, like the way you used to stand beside me on that hill. I trade every overtime check for an honest night, where the weight of these walls didn't kill the light. My co-worker Jimmy says let go, move on son, but letting go of you would mean I come undone. So I carry these iron dreams into every new dawn. Some wounds are the only proof that love carried on. And iron bends when the pressure is true, and I'm still bending every shift for you, dreaming in a color that's no longer new. Iron dreams, you left me with iron dreams. Hard as the factory floor, real as the rust it seems. I close my eyes and still feel your hand in mine. Iron dreams don't break, they just run out of time. I'm singing this to the grind, to the smoke in the grain. Iron dreams are all I have of you that stay. Melt me down, rebuild me in your image once more. Iron dreams, open this door. Maybe dreams weren't made for iron hands like mine. Maybe love was just a blueprint, not a finish line. But I keep holding on until the furnace goes cold. Iron dreams are the truest story I've ever told. Iron dreams, building with iron dreams. Hard as the lessons learned, tender as what love means. I close my eyes and feel you standing by my side. Iron dreams don't burn, they simply wait inside. Singing to the grind, to the city, to the years. Iron dreams dissolve the salt behind these tears. Melt me down, rebuild me into something more. Iron dreams have opened every door. You are my iron dream. I'm still dreaming. Where decay meets desire, something always grows. This abandoned place taught me everything roses know. She found a garden in the factory yard, where weeds pushed up through concrete, brave and scarred. Red petals on a gray and rusted frame, like hope refusing to answer to a name. the same face. Maybe broken things were never a disgrace. Rust and roses, rust and roses. Life blooms hardest where the dark corrodes us. Every crumbling wall becomes a place to grow. Rust and roses, rust and roses. In the wreckage something sacred shows us that the most alive hearts bloom below. I don't want perfect, I want real and raw. Rust and roses, the most beautiful thing I saw. He used to say that broken couldn't be fixed, that beauty and ruin should never be mixed. But she walked through the furnace room holding her light. She pressed wildflower seeds into concrete one night. A spring there were colors where only gray stood. By her summer the machines wore garlands of wood, and vine and wild green the factory floor wore rust and roses like it never had before. Rust and roses living side by side. Nothing beautiful was born without a fight. Broken places carry the most honest light. Rust and roses, rust and roses. Life blooms hardest where the dark corrodes us. Every crumbling wall becomes a place to grow. Rust and roses, rust and roses. In the wreckage something sacred shows us that the most alive hearts bloom below. I don't want perfect, I want real and raw. Rust and roses, the most beautiful thing I saw. Let the old walls fall, let the vines come through. Let the broken pieces frame something true. There is no garden without the ground that breaks. Rust and roses bloom for each other's sake. Rust and roses, rust and roses. We bloom hardest where the darkness holds us. Every scar becomes a garden road. Rust and roses, rust and roses. In the wreckage the divine discloses that the strongest hearts have all been broken. So I choose the real, the raw, the scarred and flawed. Rust and roses, this is how we're made from loss. The most beautiful things I know grew out of ruin.
You don't discover who you are in comfort. You are hammered into shape by everything that hurt. They said the pressure would destroy me in the end, that iron under heat will only warp and bend. But I have stood inside the furnace and I know the hottest forge produces the most powerful glow. I have been the raw ore, unformed and afraid. I've been the failed attempt and the broken blade. But every failure fed the fire burning bright. Every fallen night became tomorrow's light. I am not what I was when I started here. something free. I have swallowed every word that said I'd fail. I've been the laughing stock behind the factory rail. But failure has a texture, it is rough and real. It is the grit that teaches iron how to feel. My mentor said the finest steel knows it was stone, knows the mountain it came from, the fire and the groan of becoming, of surrendering what you thought you were for the sharp impossible version of yourself, pure. I am not who they said I was, I know that now. Every strike reshaped me, every burning vow. The forge does not consume you, it shows you how. Forge my soul, beat me into something whole. Fire and iron, strike and flame, I will never be the same. Forge my soul, make me harder, make me bold. From the ruins of the man I thought I knew, forge my soul into something true. I am the ore and the fire and the hammer's song. I am the process that I feared for so long. Strike me again, I can take the heat. Forge my soul, forge my soul, make me complete. Forge my soul, I am finally becoming whole. Fire and iron, strike and flame, I have earned this brand new name. Forge my soul, I am tempered, I am bold. Risen from the furnace, every scar in place. Forge my soul, I have found my grace. I came in as ore, I leave as steel, I leave as myself. We built our love in an industrial town, both of us working to lift the other down. You waited at the gate on the evening shift change, your breath in the winter air, beautiful and strange. We shared cheap coffee in the parking lot at night. You'd always fix my collar and I'd hold you tight. The plan announced the closure on a Tuesday in the fall, and something left your eyes too quiet through it all. You started working double shifts across the bridge. I was still at the old plant, we both chose that edge. Distance is a metal thing, it doesn't rust, it holds. And love left in a cold room goes quiet as it falls into something harder than either of us told. Cold metal love, durable but freezing, never warm enough. We were built to last but not to feel the sun. Cold metal love is out to people come undone. Cold metal love, strong as the machines that built us from above. But something strong and cold is still alone at night. Cold metal love, we forgot to keep the light. Forgot to keep the light. By winter we were texting only logistics, time and place. Our bodies still beside each other, no longer face to face. I bought you wildflowers from the highway gas station lot. You smiled your factory smile, the real one. I forgot we used to dream about a farmhouse in the south.
We mistake endurance for loving one another's will. Distance doesn't ask permission, it expands. And love left without tending slips through working hands. We were both so busy keeping up with the demand. Cold metal love, durable but freezing, never warm enough. We were built to last but not to feel the sun. Cold metal love is how two people come undone. Cold metal love, cold metal love. Strong as the machines that built us from above. But something strong and cold is still alone at night. Cold metal love, we forgot to keep the light. Remember the light. We chose warmth, we chose each other, still time. Grief doesn't stop for the production line. We bury it in work and call it doing fine. My brother passed and March, the plant didn't close. I worked the Tuesday shift in his memorial close. Boss said take the day, I said I need the floor. I need the noise so I don't have to hear nothing more. The engine is the only thing that matches what's inside. This mechanical roar is how a man is taught to hide. I punched the card and cracked my pain inside the wall. The machine don't ask me questions, it just takes it all. Running on an engine of pain, never stopping. Grief is gasoline, keep the pistons popping. But fuel runs out and men start dropping. Engine of pain, engine of pain. Running on lost, through the grind and the strain. If I stop moving, the grief breaks through the floor. Engine of pain, I can't feel anymore. Engine of pain, engine of pain. His laugh in the steam, his name in the rain. Keep the factory running so I don't have to say. Engine of pain, brother, I wish you stayed. His daughter called me uncle just last week. I had to turn away so she wouldn't see me weak. She's got his eyes, exact same shade of brown. The kind of eyes that build a man back up and down. I carry his photo in my jackets inside left, right beside the heart that's running on the death. The time of years we should have had ahead. The engine of grief is learning to run on instead. Instead of broken, purposeful and present here. Instead of ending, building what he held most dear. Running on an engine of love, keep it turning. Grief becomes the fuel for something worth the burning. He will want me living, not just earning. Engine of pain, engine of pain. Running on love, through the grind and the strain. If I stop moving, his memory breaks through clear. Engine of pain means that I held him dear. Engine of pain, engine of pain. His laugh in the steam, his voice in my name. I keep the factory running so I can honor this. Engine of pain, I carry everything I miss. I'm allowing myself to feel but I never showed. The engine of pain is just love overflowed. Grief is not weakness, grief is love unpaid. Brother, everything I build is how I repay. Engine of love, engine of love, running on memory, rising above. If I stop moving, he would tell me, carry on. Engine of love, the spirit in my song. Engine of love, engine of love. His laugh is the bass and his breath is the shove that keeps me moving through the grind every day. Engine of love, brother, I'm on my way. They built these walls to keep us small and still. Fire and iron say you never will. The system said, be quiet, do your part, sign away your labor and abandon your heart. But I was raised on stories of the ones who stood, who said enough is enough and understood that fire doesn't negotiate with walls of stone. That iron becomes a weapon when you stand alone. I watched my generation swallowed by the machine. I'm here to set the record straight on what this all should mean. We are fire, we do not obey the code. We are higher, we were never made to fold. We are the story that has never been told. Fire and iron, we were built for more than silent compliance. Fire and iron, burning through the cage. Fire and iron, every broken system needs defiance. Fire and iron, turning fear to rage, to change. This machine was never made for just one man. Fire and iron, we take back what we can. My grandmother picketed in 1968. They told her to go home, but she refused to wait. She stood in the November rain on blistered feet. She sang this song, the only heat on the street. I carry her conviction in the work I do. Every shift I clock is one I owe to you. Grandma, the fight is never finished, it just changes hands. Fire and iron in the bones of those who understand. We are fire, we illuminate the dark. We are fire, we were forged from every scar. We are the revolution beating in one heart. Fire and iron, we were born for more than quiet compliance. Fire and iron, burning through the age. Fire and iron, every generation needs its giants. Fire and iron, writing history on this stage. This machine belongs to everyone who builds. Fire and iron, claim the future that we willed. Burn it down to what is real and worth the keep. machine now answers to the human hand. Fire and iron, together we all stand.
Started on the bottom floor, knew I had the top of me, top of me, top of me, top of me. The grind is not the enemy, it is the prophecy, prophecy. The grind to gold. Started on the bottom, started on the bottom floor, knew I had the top of me. The grind is not the enemy, it is the prophecy. Started on the I'm on a line, fourth shift, no complaint. Lunch break, got me reading books, they say the pro can't take. Night school, Tuesday, Thursday, tired, but I'm taking notes. Everybody want to go, but can't stand the smoke. Mama said the system's rigged, I said I know that truth, but I'ma build inside the rig while building something new. I stack my knowledge, same as money, dollar by the word. Every shift I work in silence, every dream deferred becomes the fuel, the pressure, the diamond making weight. I was not born lucky, I was born to create. They said the grind would break me, I said watch. They counted me out early, I said stop. The grind is just the process. Grind to gold, grind to gold, grind to gold. Every story worth telling starts cold. Grind to gold, grind to gold. The fire is in the discipline you hold. I've been working since before the sun came up. Every sacrifice poured out from my half-empty cup, but the cup keeps filling. Something's on the way. I will not delay. Got the 9 for the loan, card 3 more banks. Got rejected from the program, built my own, no thanks. Started in the alley with a borrowed generator. Now I'm in the building making moves even greater. They called it a hobby, I called it a plan. I knew what I was building before I began. My crew bet on themselves when nobody would. Now the grind is gospel in the neighborhood. We teach our children effort is the currency real. Not what you handed, but how hard you feel. The work in your hands and the fire in your chest. Grind to gold means giving your entire best. They thought the grind would quit me, I said never. They thought my dream was fragile, I said forever. The grind is just the pressure, 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 pressure. Gold is what you weather. Grind to gold, grind to gold. Every story worth telling starts cold. Grind to gold, grind to gold. The fire's in the discipline you hold. I've been building since before the crowd believed. Every morning was a promise I conceived. Now the promise stands, something's arrived. Grind to gold, we more than survive. All gold started as pressure, heat, and dark. All greatness started as an unlit spark. I am the pressure, I am the heat, I am the fire, fire, fire. Grind to gold, rising ever higher, rising ever higher. Gold, 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 gold. Rising ever higher, grind to gold. Every story worth living starts gold. Grind to gold, grind to gold. I became everything I was told. What's impossible, impossible is just a dare. Every obstacle became a stair. We are the living proof. The fire built this. The grind is our truth. All gold was once pressure. I am the goal now. Go now, go now, go now. We are the most connected generation alive, and the loneliest. We are learning how to survive.
got 1,000 followers who don't know my name. I've got a highlighted life that isn't quite the same as the one behind the filter, unlit, unsmooth, unsold. The one where I cry quietly at 24 years old. We are building chrome exteriors to shield the real. We are polishing our surfaces so we don't have to feel. The algorithm rewarded me for being less, for performing happiness inside of loneliness. But underneath the chrome is a human heart that breaks. Underneath the polish is a soul that needs and aches. Chrome hearts are still hearts, for real connection's sake. Chrome hearts, we are shining and alone, building perfect digital lives and craving real and home. Chrome hearts, we are beautiful machines who forgot that being human means we fall apart, it seems. I want something messy, real and unrefined. I want to know you outside of the highlight and the shine. Chrome hearts, I'm taking mine apart. Under all this metal there is still a beating heart. She DMs me every night with her perfected pain, filtered confessions. Even grief is for the gain. I used to do the same thing, curating my collapse, making devastation beautiful in time lapses. But there was one night I put the camera down and cried for something I can't caption, something real inside. No lighting, no angle, no version for the feed, just me and what I actually honestly need. And something shifted, something ancient came alive. The chrome heart cracked, and that is how I learned to thrive. Because underneath the chrome, the marrow keeps its truth. Underneath the polish is the person from our youth. Chrome hearts are still hearts, and longing is our proof. Chrome hearts, we are shining and alive, learning that the messiest love is the one we need to thrive. Chrome hearts, we are beautiful and real. The cracks in our exteriors are how we learn to feel. I want something human, broken and divine. I want to know you outside of the algorithm's design. I'm setting mine on fire. Under all this metal I was always something higher. Log off, come home, sit with me in the real. All the beauty that we seek online is here to feel. Break the chrome where the scars let the light come through. Chrome hearts, we're always made for something true. Chrome hearts, we were shining all along, not despite the broken parts, but because of every wrong. Chrome hearts, we are human after all, the most connected to each other when we're brave enough to fall. I found something real, raw and undesigned. I found you on the other side of every highlight shine. Chrome hearts, we are whole in every crack. Under all this metal we were always coming back. Log off, you are more than your feet. You are enough.
They closed the factory, but the memories stayed. Steel and ghost, what is lost does not just fade. Stands condemned on the edge of town. They've walled the windows but they haven't torn it down. I walk the perimeter at dusk on restless nights. I swear I see the silhouettes of old work lights. My father's hands are written in the rust on every beam. His name is in the ledger of a 40-year-old dream. The town grew up and moved away and left it all behind. But memory is stubborn, memory is the hardest kind. The steel remembers every hand that shaped it into form. The ghost remembers every life that kept this factory warm. Steel and ghost, this is what outlasts the storm. Steel and ghost, steel and ghost. The places that we love become the ones we haunt the most. Steel and ghost, steel and ghost. The walls hold every story from the workers at their post. The machine is still, the clock has long since stopped, but inside the silence every memory is lost. Steel and ghost, I still hear the floor alive. Steel and ghost, this is how the lost survive. The town had a diner where the workers took their breaks, owned by a woman who knew everyone's heartaches. She poured the coffee and she listened, never judge. She carried this entire town without a grudge. She passed away in winter 1 year after closing day. Some said the factory took her spirit when they took the pay. I think she just decided that her purpose here was done, that she had held the people long enough, her work was won. These ghost towns are not empty, they are full of all that was, full of human love and labor and the echo of the cause. That still remembers every shift that built this from the ground. The ghost remembers every voice, their undying sound. Steel and ghost, this is what cannot be unwound. Steel and ghost, steel and ghost. The places that we love become the ones we need the most. Steel and ghost, steel and ghost. The walls hold every heartbeat from the workers at their post. The machine is still, the whistle doesn't blow, but inside the silence everything I need to know. Steel and ghost, I still feel the floor alive. Steel and ghost, we are all how love survives. Do not pity what is gone, honor what it gave. Every working life deserves more than a grave. These walls remember everything they held. Steel and ghost, by love and labor dwell. Steel and ghost, steel and ghost. The places that defined us matter most. Steel and ghost, steel and ghost. Every human story deserves a post. The machine is still, but the love was always real. The factory is cold, but the memory can feel. Steel and ghost, the living carry on. Steel and ghost, the labor is our song. They built something here, we will not forget it.